This condition causes erratic compression cycling and insufficient cooling. After the completion of all repairs and with the system fully charged, a final function test will verify the operation of all components and system controls. Defective vacuum and electrical components in the control system will also cause insufficient cooling and heating. This GM vehicle is equipped with the automatic temperature control, or ATC system. To diagnose a problem in this system, we must first do a functional control test by moving the selector lever through the different modes to confirm the complaint. In this case, the blower is working at low speed. Hot air is flowing out of the defrost duct, heating and air conditioning ducts in all selector modes with no control from the temperature dial. This tells us there is no vacuum, no blower speed control, and no temperature control. To isolate the problem, we must go to the programmer component. Select the off mode and turn the dial to 65 degrees Fahrenheit. Remove the vacuum harness plug and connect a vacuum gauge into port number 2. By blocking other vacuum ports, the gauge should read engine manifold vacuum. If there is no vacuum reading, visually inspect the hose. Damage or loose connections to the engine manifold must be repaired before proceeding. Now, if the vacuum gauge reading is less than 16 inches, the control head vacuum selector is defective. If the gauge reads manifold vacuum, remove the cover from the programmer and reinstall the vacuum harness plug. Select the auto mode and turn the temperature dial to 75 degrees Fahrenheit. Observe the movement of the programmer linkage and the changes in the blower speeds. If there is no reaction, connect a test light to a good ground and test the number 1 plug wire on the amplifier to make sure you have battery voltage. Then, place the test light on the number 2 wire. There must be no sign of voltage, as this is a ground wire. If voltage is present, repair the open circuit. Placing the test light probe on number 3 plug wire will add resistance to the amplifier circuit and trigger the transducer, which should cause a controlled vacuum to move the temperature door actuator linkage. This confirms that the programmer is operating and that the problem is an open in-car or rheostat sensor circuit. Let's quick test the complaint of low fan speed in all selector modes from the programmer. Place the test light probe on each blower connector and watch the tester glow by rotating the temperature dial. If there is voltage on all connectors, then the resistor and the relay are good. Remove the control selector switch and inspect the electrical plug for burned or loose connections. After repairs are completed, repeat the control functional test. A different type of ATC system is used on Ford vehicles. This is called the mechanical sensor system, and it takes the place of the programmer and electrical sensors on the GM system. To check this component on a complaint of no heat in any of the selector modes, a functional test must be performed. Place the selector lever in the heat mode and slide the temperature control to 85 degrees Fahrenheit. Remove the vacuum hose from the blend air door actuator motor. The door will immediately move into the heat position as the motor is spring-loaded. Connect a vacuum gauge to the hose and slide the temperature control from 85 to 65 degrees, then back to 85. Note the rise and drop of vacuum on the gauge. If there is any vacuum reading on the gauge at the 85-degree setting, replace the ambient sensor control. To check for no blower speeds when the selector is placed in the heat and floor mode, connect a test light to a good ground. Then test the electric vacuum relay, or EVR connectors, to verify that voltage is present on all terminals. If voltage is present on 2 terminals, the engine coolant water switch is defective. If voltage is present on 3 terminals, the relay contacts are open. Remove the cover, clean the contacts, and adjust the tension on the lever or replace the relay. Reinstall the cover and repeat the function test. Quick testing for no control over the blower speed between high and low positions requires a control test to confirm the complaint. Place the selector in the vent mode. Ground the test light. Then place the tester probe in the center blower resistor plug. Move the blower switch through each speed position. Note the change in the brilliance of the glow in each position. If there is no change, a broken or burned resistor is the problem and must be replaced. Here's a quick test for no blower speed in any position except high. Connect a test light to a good ground. Place a probe into each of the blower plug wires. If it shows a high voltage in all the wires, check for an open ground wire. If the voltage is high on all 3 wires and 0 on the ground wire, replace the resistors. These quick tests, which we have covered, will help you to diagnose many common problems on automotive air conditioning systems. We would once again stress the importance of performing a functional test to confirm and isolate complaints.